What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our college football channel. It's time for my New Year's 6 predictions as we head into Week 8. Not a lot has changed for me if you look at the overall landscape here. A couple of changes, though. A new playoff team. If you missed my playoff predictions, I did the video yesterday. Go back and watch it. I go a little bit more in depth as to why I picked the teams that I did and why I put them where I did. I did make a mistake in that video, though. And I'll kind of go over that here in this one. So we'll start with the playoff games and then get to the other 4 New Year's 6 bowls. So yes, I did pick Michigan to play Georgia in one of the semifinals. Right now, I'm leaning towards Michigan beating Ohio State and winning the Big Ten. I said it yesterday. I'm having a hard time with this pick, going back and forth. But as of this week, I think Michigan's going to win that game. I had this as the Peach Bowl. Michigan is not going to go to Atlanta to play Georgia when they're the #1 seed. I don't see them doing that. So this game actually would be in the Fiesta Bowl, not in the Peach Bowl. So the Fiesta Bowl for Michigan versus Georgia. And then on the other playoff game, other semifinal game, we've got Georgia and Alabama. Then they would meet in the Peach Bowl, which would be a pretty good neutral site for these two teams, right? Kind of in the middle. So that would be the other semifinal matchup. And again, I talked about those yesterday, went all the way through the playoff and predicted who I would have winning it all. So go back and watch my playoff predictions if you missed it. Now let's get to the other New Year's 6 bowls. So I've still got Oregon winning the Pac-12. I think they're going to win the Pac-12. I think they're going to go to the Rose Bowl. That's a tough conference to predict. USC, UCLA, even Utah still in the running there. But as of right now, I think the Ducks get it done. And then if Michigan does beat Ohio State, that pretty much guarantees Ohio State to go to the Rose Bowl. If they don't somehow still get into the playoff, an 11-1 Ohio State team still will have a case, depending on what happens with all the other teams. You could still make, again, an argument for Ohio State to get in the playoff, but if they don't get in, they will be in the Rose Bowl. So instead of Oregon, Michigan, it's basically Oregon versus the loser of Ohio State and Michigan. That's how I feel about it right now. But don't count out USC. USC would be my second pick. I know they've lost to Utah, but they could easily win out, and they would be the next team in line to get a Rose Bowl spot, in my opinion. Let's go now to the Sugar Bowl. Still got Texas and Tennessee. TCU with a big win over Oklahoma State. I picked TCU to win that game, so nothing has really changed for me. I think Texas is going to lose to Oklahoma State this weekend, but that might be the last game they lose. I think they get hot after that. Maybe they win out and win the Big 12 championship. So a 3-loss Big 12 champion Texas goes to the Sugar Bowl, where they will face Tennessee. I think Tennessee will go 11-1. Only loss coming to Georgia, and so they're going to be the highest-ranked at-large team out of the SEC. We get Texas versus Tennessee in what should be a shootout. Great matchup if those two do wind up playing in the Sugar Bowl. And then the Orange Bowl, we haven't made a change here either. Wake Forest, I think they've got a good opportunity to win out or at least finish 10-2. That's going to make them the highest-ranked ACC team. And then Penn State, I know they got blown out by Michigan, but it was still a game I picked them to lose, and I still think they're going to lose to Ohio State, but I think they beat everyone else, and that's going to put them at 10-2, so I think they're going to be the highest-ranked Big Ten team. Illinois is the real deal. You know, this is a really good team, but I still think if you look at the rest of their schedule, they're going to lose maybe one more game and then lose in the Big Ten championship. So it'll be close between Penn State and Illinois to see who winds up getting ranked the highest. I think the committee probably going to go with Penn State, and so I've got the Nittany Lions there because I don't think we're going to see an SEC team ranked all that high. Although if Ole Miss beats LSU, then maybe Ole Miss gets this spot. So that second spot has to go to a Big Ten, SEC, or Notre Dame. So Ole Miss would definitely be one to watch out for in the Orange Bowl if they can beat LSU. If they can beat LSU, that pretty much that puts Ole Miss in a great spot to get to a New Year's 6. I actually think they might lose to LSU though, and they might wind up with like a 9-3 record. Penn State at 10-2, I think they'll be ranked higher. And then finally, the Cotton Bowl, no change here. USC, I think, will be the highest-ranked at-large team. I think they win the rest of their games until they get to the Pac-12 championship. That'll be their only other loss. Cincinnati, I think, is going to lose to UCF, but then they'll get revenge. So they'll have 2 losses, but I still think winning the American championship is going to get them where they'll probably be possibly the only Group of 5 conference champion that's ranked, unless the Sun Belt champion winds up ranked. But yeah, I've got Cincinnati as that team going to the Cotton Bowl. USC versus Cincinnati. Those are my New Year's 6 predictions heading into Week 8. Would love to get your thoughts and your predictions down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports College Football Channel.